there is a slew of new weapons that are just got announced essentially. So I'm gonna run down them. I'm gonna run down all the ones that have been announced and give my thoughts. Yeah. So to start off though, the first post that Nintendo of America the Splatoon of America posted was that of a new Splattershot called the Splattershot Nova. Now, originally I had believed that the Splattershot Nova, right, was a variant of the Splattershot Pro. Not the case. Turns out it's its own class, which I love. But it turns out that some people have pointed out that it's a new shooter with good range, but middling damage and what seems like a middling fire rate and accuracy. So people are basically comparing this thing already to dual squelchers, which I'm just gonna say, if it's as good as Splatoon 1 dual squelchers, this thing's gonna be pretty good, especially with its kit, I believe, of Booyah Bomb and it was like Burst Bomb, right? I don't remember its sub, but I know it had Booyah Bomb, I believe. So that's gonna be an insane weapon to play around with. The next weapon they announced though was the Big Swig Roller. A lot of people on my Discord were talking about this when it was announced, about how it's literally just a wide roller, and you're right. It's literally just a roller that utilizes wide rolling technology. So it's just a roller that inks wider. I'm not positive as to what its kit is, but then the weapon they announced after that was, of course, the new sniper, which is apparently called the Sniper Rider. The Sniper Rider 5H, which I think is kind of a cool name. A Sniper Rider, I kind of like that name. It rolls off the tongue a little bit. So yeah, I mean, they announced that, and alongside they also announced X rank. I'm not sure of what its kit is. I don't know where we can find that information. I'll go digging around somewhere though. But they announced a Sniper Rider. That's cool. They also announced that, Marooners Bay will be making a comeback in season 2 for Salmon Run. That's amazing. But then they're also announcing returning weapons now too, because the Aerospray MG is now returning to the game. Now we equipped with Sprinkler and Booyah Bomb. So if anything, given how Aerosprays are basically a special spammer at this point in the game, I don't doubt that this is going to get the same treatment that I believe the RG, which was the copper one in Splatoon 2, is getting. Because the bronze or copper Aerospray in Splatoon 2 had Booyah Bomb, and I consider it to be a Booyah Bomb generator because of how quickly you get your special and how quickly you could throw the damn things, right? This will likely be no different, especially with Sprinkler. That can help out a lot with getting your special really quickly. So it's probably going to end up being a special spammer at that. The next weapon that they announced, though, or I guess returning weapon, was the Slosher Deco, which now has Angle Shooter and Zipcaster. Personally, I don't know how to feel. I've seen, SRB2 dudes tweets and stuff like that saying like this weapon is probably not going to be that great. Main reason being because Angle Shooter is just not a good sub in the game right now. I think honestly the way that Nintendo could fix it is by just simply reducing the amount of ink consumption it takes by like a little bit, maybe buffing its damage, but I think the damage is fine. Personally, 30 damage out of a direct angle shooter, that's fine. Zipcaster Slosher, that sounds terrible. Yeah, that's the other thing too that I want to point out was the special doesn't fit, because Slosher in general, right? Like the basic Slosher kills in like what, 2 to 3 shots, right? Given you hit them, which is arguably slower than the Stamper, Carbon Roller, Luna Blaster, and pretty much every other weapon in the game right now that has Zipcaster on it. Like it's already a much weaker weapon, and it hasn't even come out yet. So my thing is that this weapon is probably not gonna have a place in the game. It's probably gonna get foreshadowed by the basic Slosher, because I think the basic Slosher has like a better kit, to be honest. So yeah, that's coming out, and that's already been regarded as one of the worst weapons in the game. So that's lovely. I feel bad for the Slosher Deco, but apart from that, though, they announced the return of the Ink Brush Nouveau that now comes equipped with ink mines and Ultra Stamp. So pretty much, isn't this basically like a combination of like the Splatoon 2 versions of the brush? I'm pretty sure Splatoon 2 versions of the brush had ink mine and then one had stamp, right? Did it not? I think it did. I'm not sure. Either way, that could open the gates for a pretty interesting plays, because ink mines, it could just kind of spawn or kind of camp near the ink mines, if anything. But Ultra Stamp is probably where this weapon's going to be the weakest, since Ultra Stamp in the game right now is just not it. It's not a good special. It's really not. For the final weapon, it's the Dapple Julius Nouveau, which now has Torpedo as its sub and Reef Slider. Bit odd, I'll say, bit odd. It's like a mix of the clear Dapple Julius from Splatoon 2, obviously with, you know, Dapples and Torpedo, but obviously they don't have Splashdown in the game, so they gave it a Reef Slider. Now, I'll admit, Torpedo and Dapple was already a pretty insane combo, right? But I'm not sure how well Reef Slider will work, because a lot of people that I know like to use Reef Slider as a panic button to get out of situations, right? It's similar to Splashdown, right? However, the issue with that is that it doesn't work that way. You're too vulnerable, and while you are able to be killed in a short amount of time, chances are if they're already shooting at you, they're gonna be shooting at the Reef when you're in the Reef Slider too, and you're standing still already. So I think this weapon will be more of like an ambush style weapon, where you can lob the Torpedo over a wall, ping someone with it, you know, with a little circle, push up with them on Dapples, and if you miss, Reef Slider's there's a backup to either get out of there or to engage further. But I don't know, I can see that weapon being strong in maps like what? It's like Stingray? I don't remember the name. Sturgeon. I can see it being strong there, but then again, the clear Dapples were always strong in that map, so I'm not sure. I mean, we'll have to see how all these weapons play out, but I, for one, am probably the most excited for the Snipe Rider and the Splattershot Nova. I'm really interested to see how those play out. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The weapons are shit, if they're actually pretty good. I'll see you guys later.